This is Big E.
I want residuals.
It is a Whip Ass Wednesday, Freak Nation. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. A lot of folks whipping some ass, good and bad. Who's whipping some ass for you today, freaks? We've got a wide variety of selections coming to you from Crasher. Richard C. Suave wearing his non-MAGA hat.
Made you look.
And yours truly. Richie, I said this to you about 15, 20 minutes ago. 7 years ago, if I said, dude, you're going to be wearing a Liverpool hat and a Liverpool jersey, you would have said, what part of the body is that, right?
Yeah. I not a soccer guy 7 years ago, and now I'm all in. I mentioned this to everybody at now, which is I've watched more Premier League soccer, more Champions League soccer than I have NHL this year, and it's not even close.
Yeah, and where were you this past Saturday?
I was at a Phoenix Rising match too, which they won.
What's been your appeal of soccer?
That's a great question. I just find it to be, at least for me anyway, being the hockey fan that I am, and being on hockey Twitter all the time, it just gets to be too much. There's just too much too many annoying people on hockey Twitter. The sport just really isn't that interesting. There isn't very interesting players anymore. There's not any storylines. Whereas, I can watch a soccer match. It's done in 2 hours. Every game means a lot because of the way the Premier League is constructed, where it's a year-long title race. There's no playoffs, and it's a close race right now between Liverpool and Manchester City to win the Premier League this year. Oh, and it just so happens that Liverpool is one of the more fun teams to watch in the Premier League too. So it's just more fun to be a soccer fan right now than it is a hockey fan, in my opinion, at least.
Their fan base, Liverpool in particular, is bonkers. And not necessarily from a hooligan standpoint. Every team has their own crazy bastards, but the fan base for Liverpool spans generations, makeup of people, age groups. It's fun to watch. The stories from the team are great. And something that you hit on there was, let's remember, Freak Nation, that playoffs were invented, I guess, for moneymakers for us greedy bastards here in the States.
That's a good point.
Formula One does not have a playoff or play-in or anything of that nature. EPL does not. It's the best damned. That's what's, if you really think about this, and we don't think about this often, it's just like, who's going to make the playoffs? The best team going into the playoffs doesn't necessarily win the championship all the time. Look at New England, the Patriots back in the day. Would they go 18-0, yet they still lost the championship?
Mm-hmm.
But we've created the playoffs, and something happened last night with my daughter. As she gets older, she's understanding more and more about sports, and she knew about this last year before, how there are playoffs in the NBA. And I said, Haley, we're going to watch the Suns Pelicans game tonight. She goes, well, why? Didn't they win the last game? I said, yeah, but it's a best of 7. She goes, what? But she knows what that means. Best of 5, best of 7, because we do, rock, paper, scissors, best of 7. Okay? She knows that. But it's like, and I could see in her eyes, she said, well, like March Madness, you win and you're in, and you lose, you're out. Why? Well, Now the next phase is explaining to her, because these greedy bastards, these owners, got to make the cake, man.
Wow, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
And for anybody who would complain, I can't do without the playoffs, it's like, wait, just a minute. Like Richie just said, every game matters more. You would appreciate the entire season more if you didn't have to focus on a playoff. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't have players like in the NFL, you wouldn't have players sitting, or even the NBA, players sitting the last 10% of their games because they're saving themselves for the playoffs. No, every game matters. It's the way it should
be. If the way Major League Baseball is now, there's interleague. I mean, they play across the leagues. It's granted, National League doesn't play every American League team and vice versa, but it's still a better judge of how good that team is when they cross into the American League or American League crash over the National League. You're on that grind of 162 games. Oh crap! Now we got to go into playoffs. Now we got to go into goddamn World Series. I get the significance and the history of that, but that grind of 162 games doesn't mean you're the best team, even though you are the best damn team. Same with the NBA, the NFL. The importance of a game win is similar to the EPL and other European leagues, but still got the playoffs. Round 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, then there's the world. Yeah. How do we get into that? Oh.
Richie talking about how great the EPL season is.
Yeah. It's greatness.
I think there's 5 games left in the Premier League season, and Manchester City has a 1-point lead over Liverpool with 5 games to go. And Man City and Liverpool actually played last week, a couple weeks ago, and it was a tie. It was a 2-2 tie, and it was a great game, terrific. So I can't wait to watch and see who ends up winning. It's probably going to be Manchester City, unfortunately, but at least Liverpool is still in it. They've already won one of the English Cups. They're going to play in another against Chelsea coming up over the next couple weeks, and then they still have the Champions League going on, which right now we're headed towards a Liverpool Man City Champions League final. So imagine that. We're going to have the Premier League race, we're going to have the Champions League final, both being Liverpool and Manchester City.
That's sick.
Good shit. Way more interesting than the NFL draft, I'll tell you that much, which is actually happening tomorrow. I tweeted that out yesterday. I was like, I forgot. The NFL draft has never been in the back of my mind more. Like, I don't know why that is. I just don't care about it this year.
Well, when we had the Daily Show for 7 years, I mean, it was part of the conversation, but.
But I also remember part of the conversation was stupid mock drafts, 10.2 and 15.0. It's like, come on. I mean, you can only stir up controversy and create new subjects of interest so much before it's just plain redundant. And that's the NFL draft. It's like, all right, done with it already. Just get it over with and see what the teams can do with their picks and trades and whatever. It's just,
I'm not going to be watching. I'm going to be watching the Suns game. Because they're going to be playing game 6 in New Orleans at about the same time the NFL draft is going on. So keep
from a Phoenix perspective, it's like it's the Keim watch. You know, how deep is he going to reach? You know, into North Texas State University to grab a receiver who's 5'6" but runs a 4.1 40.
Yeah. Oh, he's fast man out there, but his hands suck. Might as well get him.
Hey,
we can teach him. We can teach him to use his hands. No, you can't. If he's an old man right now and no, just stop it with that logic. Yeah, old man and his old man at 21.
Jesus, Crash. Easy.
Sorry. Not sorry.
All right, it's a Whip-Ass Wednesday, Freak Nation. If you couldn't tell already, now that we've solved the world problems when it comes to playoffs or no playoffs, EPL is just extremely badass. I don't pay enough attention to it. I'm on the extreme peripheral of it, unfortunately. But every time I come across it,
we need to get Henley more into it because she is enjoying soccer. So, and she does enjoy sports when we watch them with her. So I think that overall she would enjoy watching those games with us.
So, Crasher, you want to start off with some Whip-Ass Wednesday?
Which one to do, though?
I think Richie has yours pulled up.
I know.
I have both. Just tell me which one you want.
All right. Mine is my default is to the basketball court tackle.
Oh, the Memphis-Minnesota game?
Yes. And what I love about this is the security guard just plain staring down this woman who is wanting to protest. What is it? Animal cruelty or animal rights? But in protesting, she wants to hit the court, and I don't even know what she's trying to do. I thought she was protesting the owner, but doesn't she head out and attack somebody else? Whatever.
She doesn't. She's not able to attack anybody.
No,
she's trying to.
That's true.
Yeah.
She is attacked herself. So yeah, the security guard whips ass on this woman, and it's actually rather comical.
Richie, can we see your cursor? Can you circle? Can we see your cursor on this? I don't think we can we?
Capture the woman.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
You cannot.
look into the left of that video. It's the
Second row.
It's right, the second row, just behind the first row.
Duh.
The woman in the kind of maroon, purple.
Yes, because you see the woman next to her in blue looking through binoculars. Well, it's the woman immediately to the right.
And the security guard,
Is-
3 seats down.
Yeah, then there's 2 empty seats, and then there's a security guard with a white lanyard, black shirt, white lanyard.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep your eye on him and keep your eye on the girl in
Beautiful.
the maroon shirt. Oh yeah, this is greatness.
Oh. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like she
Watching
knows.
her the whole time.
Yeah, I can't take my eyes off him. The security guard he knows something's up.
Bam.
And the minute she leaves her seat is the second she leaves her seat is the exact second he leaves his seat. It's greatness.
And the way the woman manages to get through, it's like, you know what it reminds me of? It's like a running back going through that offensive line. Watch this. This is Steve Keim draft tape right here. Look at this.
Oh.
Watch the way she just cuts through the gap. Bam.
Hit the gap, baby.
And then you
That's
got
true, Rick.
then you got the linebacker coming off the edge right there with the tackle. So it's Steve Keim's got a lot to think about when watching that tape. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, he really should consider her.
NFL
you are
draft
right. You
video.
are right. She deserved to get her ass whipped. She did. I mean, I'm all about protests, but not in that manner. Don't disrupt a game. Don't be stupid.
Well, then how are they going to get acknowledged, Crasher?
You can get acknowledged by staging a protest outside the
No,
arena.
You're not
and
going to
you-
get on TV.
Yes, you will.
No, you
Oh,
won't.
meanwhile, as the game was going on, a protest for animal rights activists taking place outside.
Why would they do that? They're not going to mention it. You haven't protested lately, have you?
No.
Yeah. Richie, what do you got?
I want to bring up some prices that I saw over the last couple of days, which shocked me. First of all, this tweet from Adam Stern. He covers sports media, and he shared this tweet about the Formula One Grand Prix coming up next weekend in Miami, the inaugural Miami Grand Prix. And he says this, it looks to be the most in-demand auto racing event that SeatGeek has ever had on its site, with an average resale price of $2,400. The company tells Sports Business Journal that compares to $300 for the Daytona 500 and $360 for this next month's Indy 500.
Wow.
And then I decided to do some digging myself, and check this out. I'm going to bring up the prices I saw on SeatGeek as well for the Miami GP. It's crazy. This is what you're looking at here. This is just for Sunday. Okay.
Okay.
$1,000, $1,400, $1,000. And then if you go back, I don't have it brought up, but general admission for Saturday and Sunday, not even a grandstand seat, starts at like $700.
General admission. Yeah, enjoy standing on your 2 feet after you pay $35 for one beverage.
In
Yeah.
Miami,
In
where
Miami.
you know humidity is going to be 86%, 90 degrees, bam. Can I get some shade? Yeah, for another $35, bitch.
And even Austin, who actually looked up pricing for Coda as well, it's very similar. It's a grandstand ticket for Sunday about $500 to $600 on SeatGeek right now.
But at least you have a seat at that one for $500.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
So I was like, I brought it to you guys
Ah.
prior. I was like, what do you think the Las Vegas ticket prices are going to be like? When that news first broke, I was like, oh, I'm going. I don't care. I'm going to pay every single
Yeah.
dime. I'm going to go. But if it's going to be like $4,000 to show up on the Las Vegas Strip, I'm just going to stay at home and watch on TV.
Sick, isn't it? Wow.
We need to figure out how to get a hotel room overlooking the strip at the Wynn, like now. And yeah, just have the TV on and that'll be considered our suite. But even that's going to be crazy.
All right. Coming up next, I got my whip ass. This is how you don't go after a competitor in college sports. Hey, Freak Nation, our buds at General Tire want to give you $70 back on a Visa prepaid card. How do you get it? Well, you buy 4 qualifying passenger tires from General Tire, up to $70 back. We're not talking these high performance bad boys you see in the ARCA series. Passenger tires. You follow me? For more information, go to GeneralTire.com. GeneralTire.com. General Tire delivers for whatever you do. And of course, the official tire of the Freak Nation.
Have you heard about Lucas Brake Parts Cleaner? Lucas Brake Parts Cleaner is made of the highest quality components, giving you superior performance and leaving no residue. How do you apply this? You apply Lucas Brake Parts Cleaner liberally to the parts that need to be cleaned. You'll eliminate brake fluid, grease, dust, and dirt components. We know a little bit about that here in the desert, I'd say. And basically what that does is that makes you a happy driver, because now your brake noise is gone and your performance has gone up. Boom.
Hey, I'm Kyle Busch. The biggest racing weekend ever at Worldwide Technology Raceway is coming June 3rd through the 5th. The party starts Thursday with the NASCAR Fan Fest and Hauler Parade at Ballpark Village. Cup practice and truck qualifying on Friday, Cup qualifying and the Toyota 200 on Saturday, and it all wraps up on Sunday with the Enjoy Illinois 300. This is the first time in a lifetime to see the NASCAR Cup Series at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Go to worldwidetechnologyraceway.com to get your tickets now. Brought to you in part by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Illinois South Tourism.
You can be just like Tiger Woods. He plays Titleist golf balls. And thanks to Wheaties, you can too. Just buy any 2 boxes of Wheaties and receive a free sleeve of Titleist balls. No postage, no handling, no kidding.
All right, Freak Nation, if you're looking to intimidate a rival college team, baseball, football, basketball, lacrosse, golf, you might not want to go about it in this fashion. Here you go. College baseball team. Police investigating alleged poisoning spiked water jug with paint thinner. Yep, that's happening.
Oh my gosh.
Can you see the paint thinner in
No, scroll up a little bit more.
right there?
Oh God.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that tasty?
Gosh.
Yeah, right there. Boom. So what you're looking there, that's the bottom of a cooler and the paint thinner at the bottom of the cooler. The police are investigating a possible poisoning of a college baseball team by spiking their water jug with paint thinner, baby. Kansas Wesleyan University filed an accident report with Lindbergh Police Department in Kansas, where a number of folks from the school listed as victims. The report says there were several offenses here: criminal threat, contaminated food and water resources, battery, knowing, recklessly causing bodily harm, putting paint thinner in our water coolers to get our baseball players sick, and still getting toasted by 31 runs is wild. Stay classy. Glad all our players are okay. Buck Fethany. And the Buck Fethany was directed towards Bethany College, who some are claiming, allegedly, the ones that spiked their Gatorade.
And they still won.
Yeah,
The
by
team that got
31
poisoned
runs.
Won by 31 runs.
Yep.
Fascinating.
That
Terrible.
is seriously dangerous.
Disgusting.
Isn't that greatness? So I
There's
know
a friend of ours in motorsports. She's a PR person who's been around for a long time. Told us a story that her college roommate, they didn't get along. And to get back at her for something probably so stupid and trivial, put hair remover in her shampoo bottle. So over time, as she was taking her shower in the dorm, she was losing chunks of hair, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And I don't know how she figured it out, but eventually did. And yeah, there was a time where she did not have, she was having to wear hats all the time. Excuse me, and bandanas, because she had lost so much hair. And she never, at least to the point that we knew her a decade ago, she had not been able to fully grow it all back either.
I recall that story. Can you clue me into who that is without revealing her name? Just give me a hint.
Blonde?
IndyCar?
No. Dirt.
Copy that. Got it.
So inside baseball right there.
It is very much so. And Richie, you noted that there was a Robert Sarver signing. Of course, Robert Sarver is the owner of the Suns, and we're just anticipating that the Suns win the championship, and the NBA has to feature Robert Sarver, the gentleman who, I just say this, if half of the crap's true that's been said about Robert Sarver, there's no way that this cat can continue to own the Suns post 2022 season. But evidently there was a Robert Sarver sighting at last night's game between the Pels and the Suns, Richard.
Yep.
Did he do
Haven't seen
anything?
him all season long.
Yeah.
And anytime I've watched the broadcast, never once have I seen ESPN, TNT, Bally Sports, whenever I've been able to watch them, take a shot of Robert Sarver on the Suns' sideline seats that he usually has. Until last night, when there was less than a minute to go in the game, the Suns were about to win, and they take a quick cutaway. I don't think the director realized it was Robert Sarver at first, and then they realized what was happening. They go, oh crap! Oh, that's Robert Sarver. We can't show him.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's happened because they would have stayed on the shot longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's Mark Cuban. He's getting the shot, and he's getting the shot for 15 seconds, celebrating. This was a quick cutaway to Robert Sarver for all of 5 seconds. So quick, I could even take out my phone to take a picture for proof that he is indeed still in Phoenix Suns headquarters. But yes, I can report to you now that Robert Sarver is still around, and I was actually still attending Phoenix Suns games.
Are you kidding me? Mark Cuban has the best narcissistic seat in the house at American Airlines Center. He sits next to the Mavericks bench.
Mm-hmm.
Is his wife ever there with him? I don't think so. I think I've never seen Mark Cuban with anybody except himself.
Well, that's probably her choice.
Yeah, no, without question.
By the way, Kenny, if the Mavericks are up 3-2 in their series, is that series still 2-2?
The Mavs are up, and yeah, I'm hoping it's going to happen. That'll be human greatness. The NBA wants that to happen too. You kidding me? Suns versus Mavs, Book versus Doncic.
Oh,
yep. And then Luka and Da, you're 1 and 2, you're 1 and 3 picks in that draft there.
Yep.
Bring it on.
I want it badly, man. How
will
about that?
you go to a game?
Oh, well, I go.
Yeah, when you and Henley go to a game, you're going to be wearing your Mavericks hat. Henley's going to be wearing your Devin Booker jersey.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Divided family.
God, it's true, man. If that happens, I'll have to go to a game, won't I?
At least you won't be spending $600 on tickets. A ticket.
Yeah, probably not.
Like $200 per
Dang.
ticket.
All right, Freak Nation. Hopefully you'll be whipping some ass on your Wednesday, your hump day. Speaking of Dirk Nowitzki. You'd bring that back. Hump day. All right.
Probably one of my all-time favorite branding campaigns.
Well, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Let's whip some more ass. We'll do it again on Friday. Later.
This is Big E.
I want residuals.